Welcome to the Moreau Mission Collaborative, Holy Cross's formation program for lay collaborators and religious in higher education. In this video, we will discuss Holy Cross higher education in America today. We will cover the relationship between Holy Cross and the various institutions, the characteristics that define Holy Cross higher education, and the unique role each institution plays in the country, the congregation, and the church. There are 6 colleges and universities affiliated with the Congregation of Holy Cross priests and brothers in the United States today. The University of Notre Dame in South Bend, Indiana, St. Edward's University in Austin, Texas, the University of Portland in Portland, Oregon, King's College in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, Stonehill College in Easton, Massachusetts, and Holy Cross College in South Bend, Indiana. In addition, the Women of Holy Cross sponsor 2 institutions in the United States: St. Mary's College in South Bend, Indiana, sponsored by the Sisters of the Holy Cross, and the University of Holy Cross in New Orleans, sponsored by the Marianites of Holy Cross. So what do we mean when we say that a certain college or university is a Holy Cross school? Does that mean that Holy Cross owns the school? That the school does things in a Holy Cross way? In the 19th century, when many Catholic colleges were established in the United States through the 1960s, Catholic religious communities, like Holy Cross, owned, administered, and essentially staffed their own schools. These were what we call apostolates of the Catholic Church, meaning that the Church, through individual religious communities, was responsible for their oversight, financial management, and staffing. Even though many of these institutions employed lay faculty and staff, the direction of the institutions was determined by the religious communities themselves. In the 1960s, a group of Catholic higher education administrators, led by then University of Notre Dame president and Holy Cross priest, Father Ted Hesburgh, met to discuss the future of these institutions. They believed that Catholic colleges and universities could contribute to the academy and marketplace of ideas on an equal playing field with other research, land-grant, and professional schools. They believed that Catholic institutions provided a unique educational experience that was essential for keeping society rooted in the common good. At the same time, they realized that their institutions were limited by the administrative structures that kept these institutions primarily serving the Church alone. In order to allow these institutions to truly serve the world from their Catholic identity and mission, this group committed to turning over their institutions to the wisdom, expertise, and care of boards of trustees or directors that would independently guide each institution. These administrators did not desire to separate their institutions from the Catholic Church. Rather, they believed that these Catholic institutions could create a pathway for the Catholic Church to speak to the world by becoming centers of free exchange of ideas guided by the values and principles of the Catholic intellectual tradition. Not all faculty, staff, and students would be Catholic, but at the same time, the institution would always take seriously the spiritual reality of the world and put theology in dialogue with all academic disciplines, striving to go beyond mere empirical knowledge to discover ultimate truth, meaning, and purpose. This innovation brought together the unique development of Catholic institutions of higher learning in Europe rooted in the Catholic intellectual tradition, and the American educational model that combines undergraduate education and academic research. While this move was adopted by almost all Catholic colleges and universities in the United States, it is not a coincidence that this shift was led by a Holy Cross priest. Blessed Basil Moreau believed strongly that a Holy Cross education should educate the mind with cutting-edge knowledge and research. He believed that a Catholic education should pursue truth, not by limiting access to any knowledge or fields of study, but by providing students exposure to all fields and providing them the analytical skills to seek truth within each. This education was to always be accompanied by solid human and spiritual formation that ensured the students were being formed into not only good citizens of their communities, but also one day true citizens of heaven. This is the foundation that guides all Holy Cross schools in the United States today. Holy Cross maintains a strong presence at each of our affiliated institutions, each having unique bylaws that articulate what this relationship looks like. Some stipulate that the president will always be a Holy Cross religious. Some note that a specific number of the board members must be Holy Cross priests and brothers. All maintain a commitment, however, to the educational vision of Basil Moreau, a vision that is lived out both by religious and lay collaborators who share in the work of education, administration, and formation at these institutions. But even with this common grounding, each institution serves a specific mission. From the beginning, Holy Cross strived to serve the local area to which God called its religious. As Holy Cross spread throughout the world and the United States, it became clear that the educational needs of one region were not the same as the educational needs of another. So while Holy Cross priests, brothers, and sisters continued to minister as educators in the faith wherever they were called, place was always an important consideration as they built their institutions. Within the Congregation of Holy Cross, the University of Notre Dame and St. Edward's University were the first two institutions of higher education in the United States. Both Notre Dame and St. Ed's initially served a wide age range of young men, providing an opportunity for education for Catholics in the area where such opportunities were rare. Each institution quickly grew as Holy Cross in the United States began to grow, increasing faculty expertise among religious and providing formation for the next generation of priests and brothers. The landscape and demographics of Indiana and Texas then continued to shape these institutions and the programs they now provide. Each institution continues to educate an ever-increasing diversity of students. Also in the 19th century, the Sisters of the Holy Cross founded St. Mary's College in 1844 to serve young women who would achieve training and education in a variety of liberal arts and professional disciplines. In 1916, the Marianites of Holy Cross founded the University of Holy Cross, originally named Our Lady of Holy Cross College, to prepare teachers for the many schools in the local New Orleans area that were served by the Marianite sisters. The University of Portland, King's College, and Stonehill College were all established at the request of local bishops, each to enhance the opportunities for Catholic education in their specific region. The University of Portland was founded in 1901, originally Columbia University, and now has grown into Oregon's Catholic University. Offering a variety of professional and liberal arts programs, this institution continues to provide a world-class education, along with a space for dialogue in the Catholic intellectual tradition, and a part of the country where the Catholic worldview maintains minority status. King's College was founded in 1946 to educate the sons of coal miners, to provide them skills for new work as the anthracite coal industry began to decline. With the coal industry decades in the past, King's College continues to educate underserved populations, always striving to not only teach students how to make a living, but also teach them how to live. Stonehill College was founded in 1948, first as a place for seminary study, but quickly grew when it began accepting both laymen and laywomen shortly after its founding. Built on the former Ames family estate, Stonehill has continued to offer a liberal arts education on a residential campus that continues to produce highly respected professionals in fields such as healthcare administration, criminology, and education. In a part of the country known for some of the first and largest universities, Stonehill has a strong history of serving first-generation students who benefit from the support offered by a more intimate educational environment. Holy Cross College was originally established in 1966 as a junior college in South Bend, Indiana, and has continued to thrive in relationship with Notre Dame and St. Mary's by serving both the educational needs of individual students in the greater South Bend region and providing a gateway to Notre Dame for individuals who can benefit from a smaller school in their first years of college. Earlier in this video, we mentioned that 6 of these institutions in the United States are founded by the priests and brothers of the Congregation of Holy Cross, while 2 are sponsored by the women's congregations. It might be helpful here for us to illustrate the organizational differences of these entities. Although we all claim the same founder, Blessed Basil Moreau, the priests and brothers are organizationally, canonically, and legally separate and distinct congregations from the Sisters of Holy Cross. This is an important distinction because as Holy Cross grew throughout the United States, These separate congregations were responding to distinct needs of the areas where they served. You can think of us as cousins of sorts, still part of the same family, but with particularly important variations in how we approach education and our sponsorship relationship with our institutions. As we continue our work at the MMC, we hope that the relationships you will form across these institutions will deepen your experience of the diverse ways Holy Cross strives to serve the church and the world through our educational mission. Lay collaborators and religious that are experts in their fields are what make this rich tapestry of institutions thrive, and we continue to serve a diversity of students, educating mind and heart, bringing the unique hope that only a strong, holistic education can provide. We are called as Holy Cross educators to see each student, their unique stories, dreams, questions, challenges, and crosses, and to accompany them into the life of resurrection that Basil Moreau prayed each student educated by Holy Cross would attain. How many times do we hear our student tour guides try to toe the line with prospective students about what it means to be a Catholic school? We want it to mean something without having folks think that we're just a giant Sunday school program. Our schools serve a rich diversity of students who bring with them all sorts of backgrounds, belief systems, and experiences. Basil Moreau believed that all students, especially the most vulnerable and underserved, could benefit from a Catholic education, where their dignity was respected and they were given the tools for a life well lived. We will be the first to admit, in Holy Cross's almost 200-year history, we have not always done that perfectly, but we continue to believe that it is possible. We also know that the faculty and staff that join us at our institutions come with a diversity of backgrounds and beliefs. Basil Moreau appreciated diversity of perspectives in his work and knew that his schools would be successful not if everyone agreed all the time, but rather if everyone was unified in their zeal for forming young people to live meaningful lives, rooted in truth and directed towards lives of resurrection and hope. For Moreau, Jesus' cross and resurrection stood at the center of each institution. We in Holy Cross believe that the same is true today, and we invite all who are willing to share in this educational mission to join us. In our diversity, we stand united to provide a Catholic Holy Cross education. As in the other videos, we offer some invitations as you continue your reflection. First, we invite you to read 2 chapters from the book Becoming Beholders. This will give you another perspective into the Catholic intellectual tradition and what makes Catholic higher education unique. After reading these pages, what unique role does your institution fill in the education landscape of the United States today? How does your institution serve the church or the world? How does your specific work and personal mission fit into the larger mission of your institution? Second, here at the MMC, we believe that the work of mission integration is fundamentally a spiritual task. Where do you find resonance with your institution's mission statement? Where do you find dissonance? For example, what challenges you on a personal level? What do you not understand? What do you struggle with based on your personal beliefs, values, or priorities? We are excited to journey together this year in the Moreau Mission Collaborative. Through the intercession of Blessed Basil Moreau, we pray for God's blessing on each of you, and we thank you for being part of our Holy Cross family.